Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today, and if you like to keep up to date with the latest FIFA career mode hints, tips and news, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So firstly, I want to say a massive thank you for all the support that you've shown on the previous two episodes, but today is the final episode of the Wonder Kids to Glory career mode. And at the end of the second episode, we won the Europa League, which qualified us for this season's European Super Cup, where we played against Real Madrid. So just a reminder of my starting 11. We have Alban Lafont in goal, a back four of Reece James, Ibrahima Konate, William Saliba and Lloyd Kelly, a midfield three of Sandro Tonali, Ezequiel Palacios and João Felix, and the front three of Ismaila Sarr, Christian Kouamé and Ezequiel Barco. We came out on top with a 2-0 victory over Real Madrid with goals from Ismaila Sarr and Ezequiel Palacios, making it a very successful start to season number 4 in the final episode of this career mode series. So we skip forward a few more days just before the end of the summer transfer window in August, and Lucien Agume, who we've trained every single week, is now 90 rated. His potential is 86, so this just goes to show how easy it is to train someone above their potential, and we're only in season number 4. Now, in the fourth and final season of this career mode series, I did sim nearly all of the league matches, just playing the big games against Bayern Munich and Dortmund, plus a couple of others. So I didn't get to score too many goals, but this was definitely the best of them, scored by Ismaila Sarr against Bayern Munich in our home match. But even though we simmed most of the league matches, we still came out on top with an 11-point gap to second place Bayern Munich, winning 21, drawing 8 and losing 5. I also simmed the matches in the DFB Pokal and got all the way to the final, where I simmed the match against Hoffenheim and still came out 2-1 winners. So moving on to the final competition being the Champions League, and in the group stages, what I did, I simmed all the home matches and played all the away matches, topping the group on goal difference from Manchester United in second place. And then we moved on to the knockout stages, where what I did, I always simmed the first leg, which usually resulted in a loss, and then played the second leg, overturning that deficit as we progressed through the rounds. Now I set to line up against mainly English clubs, beating Chelsea in the round of 16, Liverpool in the quarter-finals, and finally Manchester City in the semi-finals to set up a final against the Italian giants AC Milan. And it was a close, tight affair up until the last kick of the first half, where Ismaila Sarr broke at pace down the right hand side. Excellent pass to the far stick, where it was tapped home first time by Ezequiel Barco, leaving Gianluigi Donnarumma with no chance and giving us a 1-0 lead going into half time. And it was the same story in the second half, a tight, close affair as AC Milan applied the pressure to search for that elusive equaliser, but with the last passage of play in the game, Kouamé broke with a great ball through to João Felix, first time pass into the path of Palacios to score the winner in the Champions League final. And this is the final crowning glory for this excellent group of young players in this Braunschweig team. As we progress through all 3 tiers of the German league, we've won the DFB Pokal 3 times, we've won the Europa League, the European Super Cup, and now finally, the icing on the cake, the Champions League. And I will have to reluctantly admit that even though this experiment is something that I wouldn't do in a personal career mode by editing the transfers in prior to starting, I've thoroughly enjoyed playing this career mode with this group of players, winning trophy after trophy, and see how most of these players have progressed season after season. Training on Lucien Agume, some of these players have grown excellent naturally, so let's have a look how they progressed in season number 4. Van der Voort, who we sent out on loan to Burnley, grew by +2 up to 72. Christian Fruchtel grew by +2 up to 77. Andre Lunin, the second choice goalkeeper, grew by +2 up to 86. Alban Lafont, the first choice goalkeeper, by +2 up to 89. Robert Gumney grew by +2 up to 79 with limited game time. Max Aarons, also with limited game time, grew by +2 up to 80. Reece James, the first choice right back, grew by +2 up to 81. William Saliba grew by +1 up to 78 with limited game time and an injury earlier in the season. Dario Maricic with very limited game time grew by +1 up to 78. Ibrahima Konate, one of the first choice centre backs, grew by +1 up to 83. And his centre back partner is Zeno van Houten, who also grew by +1 up to 81. Alessandro Bastoni with limited game time grew by +1 up to 78. And Ethan Ampadu with very limited game time grew by +2 up to 75. Lloyd Kelly, the first choice left back, grew by +2 up to 78. Joshua Wagnerman, the backup left back, grew by +2 up to 75. Sandro Tonali, one of the first choice midfielders, grew by +2 up to 83. Sander Berge, limited game time, grew by +1 up to 85. Islam Assar grew by +2 up to 85, played nearly every game. Lucien Agume trained every week, grew by +3 eventually up to a massive 92 rating, 86 potential. Palacios, one of the first names on the team sheet, grew by +2 up to 84. Ezekiel Barco, one of the first choice players on the team sheet again, grew by +1 up to 83. Alphonso Davies, limited game time, grew by +2 up to 83. Back up to Ismail Assar was Crepin Diatta, limited game time, grew by +1 up to 82. One of my favourite players in this career mode, even though he did have limited game time, Danny Olmo, grew by +2 up to 87. Yari Villacharan, limited game time, grew by +2 up to 79. Thiago Almada, very limited game time, grew by +2 up to 77. João Felix, my star number 10, grew by +2 up to 87. Andreas Skov, also with limited game time, grew by +2 up to 80. Christian Kwame, the first choice striker, grew by +2 up to 87. And finally, the backup striker, Matheus Cunha, grew by +1 up to 83. So that concludes this 3 episodes of 4 seasons where we've taken some of the best wonder kids from FIFA 19 all the way to Champions League glory. I will put them all together in a playlist, but for now, all that remains to say is thank you so much for watching and supporting this series. Please tune in next time. FCG out.